On the E-mini S&P futures, we can see that price has been in a huge kind of range here over the past year, okay? Just back and forth, retesting the highs to this big purple zone that we have just below us. And this is, again, on the weekly time frame, all right? So right now, it looks like we're going to retest the highs up here, okay, on the weekly. Let's dive onto the daily and see really what that looks like. Okay, so on the daily time frame, you can see the reaction that we got from this big blue daily zone here. Okay, it was aqua. Price has now turned it to the blue zone that it is right here. All right, so that's the level that I'm going to be watching. Okay, and I'm just going to reposition this zone here just to make it a little bit smaller. This is kind of how my eye sees it, so I would say that we got a little bit off on the size, but that's okay. Right now we're retesting this high, and the question is, are we going to make a new high on this market or not? Now, with what I'm seeing here, I'm going to say that I think we are going to make a new high. Just based on this candle action, I think it's going to for sure get a higher retest of this highest point, okay? So I'm looking for us to basically come in here and retest where the wick meets the body of this candle for sure. And I wouldn't be surprised if it does give us a new high over here overall. All right. So in this particular instrument, I'm looking for those type of things to work out. Considering the price action that we have here, as soon as we get a new high on here, then I'm looking for a new level to form somewhere in this region. If a new support level or a new demand level forms in this area, we're going to be looking for price to bounce off of this and then continue to the upside. While right now trying to buy into the highs of the market is not a good choice, once this happens, this will be a money bounce on a level. And this, I'm really going far out here in future casting on this particular market just because this level has not formed yet. It's too soon to tell if this level is going to form. But if it does, if we get a new high, then this level will more than likely form right around this area, okay? And then we could be a buyer and we can take it up even higher, all right? So the real question is, if this level does form here on the daily, what does it look like maybe on a smaller time frame to where we might be able to pick out one of the levels that are already formed on the smaller time frame? So, and on the smaller time frame, if the big daily level forms right here, like what I forecast it could, then we don't have any levels right around right now that would say, hey, this is where price is going to bounce inside that big daily zone. The best we could do is we could bounce off the bottom edge of that big weekly level, okay? If we show just the current levels, you can see the purple level that I'm referring to. And this is, again, kind of goes into a stair-stepping idea. Okay, so here on the 60-minute time frame, you can kind of see where maybe a big daily level might be forming off of it. But right now, we haven't formed any levels here that would say, like, hey, this is going to be a zone that we could play into the future, other than this purple level down here. And that's pretty low in the book. So I think it's very predictive to draw this zone out just yet, but as soon as we get a close here on the daily candle, okay, and you can read the Elite software. The Elite software says it all. It says it's up and ranging, and that's exactly the sentiment that I feel right now. Based on a couple of these different candles and the way that they're forming right over here, if we can make a new high above the 21.6 level, then I really think, or a close above that point, I really think that this zone will draw and we could see a new high on the E-mini S&P. That is what I'm looking to have happen here. The other way to look at this would be to the downside, which personally speaking, I don't see it as of yet. And that means that we would have to come down here, get a retest of this zone, and then down. All right, so if you want to look to the downside, I would be watching this candle's low down here, okay, at 2066. If we go below that, you could short it, but your stop is going to have to be huge. You're going to have to be using daily stops. So you're looking at about 30 to 40 points here on the E-mini S&P to take the risk of that potential setup, considering that would happen here in the next couple bars, okay? Now, as the bars change here and as we maybe get some more inside candles, that risk may differ just a little bit if you're looking to short the market. I like to go with the trend as much as possible. This would definitely be a counter trend play for me, okay? But that's what I would be looking to have happen to some degree for the counter trend idea. And so I'm just going to put a little CT beside this idea and the trend follow TF right here. Okay, so thank you for joining me today. I hope today has been very insightful, and we will see you next week as we again look over our summaries from this week and forecasts for next week. So till then, God bless, and please don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.